quarantine or not to quarantine? That is the question, at least for this week. And everybody seems to have an answer or at least an opinion. And truthfully, like you, so do I. Now, of course, we're talking about Ebola today. But the truth is, the question of managing disease that breaks out in community and threatens to affect the entire community, that's an old story. It goes all the way back to the Bible. Think about something like leprosy. In its time, thousands of years ago, leprosy was a kind of Ebola. Forget that biologically it's not. That's how it was experienced. And in fact, the need to manage that outbreak was very real, as was the awareness that people needed to step up and treat the outbreak, even at the risk of their own health. Which is why you have rituals in which the person administering the purification becomes impure themselves. And that's okay, because we'll deal with that too. But you can't ignore caring for those most in need. So, what we're dealing with this week is actually an old human question, and it has to do with balancing personal health and public health. Balancing the respect for individuals and their needs and the demands of the larger communities in which we all find ourselves. It seems to me there's a good case made for the fact that not shut up in a tent, but a voluntary quarantine of 21 days, staying at home, is not the worst idea. In fact, that is the official policy of the U.S. military now, and that probably tells us something. But at the end of the day, it seems to me, we have to do two things now in the coming weeks and months. We have to really reward the individuals like that nurse and all those doctors and other nurses who are going to treat people in Africa and willing to expose to this horrible disease. We have to maximally reward them. And we have to maximally protect the public when they return, whether that's through quarantine or enforced monitoring or some other program yet to be discovered. And if we can balance the reward to those who are brave enough to serve and the maximal protection of those to whom they return, then we will figure out how to balance personal health and public health, a question which has been with us for thousands of years and will likely be with us for thousands more.